Welcome back to Perkins Pipes. Got the long clay out today because I have got something so cool to show you that somebody gave me, and I gotta say, the long clay seemed like the right pipe to have for this. So got a little Sir Walter Raleigh in here. As always, let's get this guy lit. Let's get to talking. My son and I were recently rewatching the classic film Dances with Wolves, the Kevin Costner movie. And it's his character and some of the members of the Sioux tribe that he was connecting with were smoking pipes. I couldn't help but think about the long clay and the long, really long wooden pipes that they carved and were passing back and forth. And so kind of put me in a mood for this just from watching that film. But there's another reason. I don't have a church warden, and it kind of seems appropriate for this cool thing that I'm about to show you. And this is the next best thing, I suppose. For you Lord of the Rings fans out there, and I know there are several, a friend of mine gave me, let's see, when this video is going to come out, my birthday will have just passed. So a friend gave me for my birthday, well, before I show you this thing, something strange has happened in the high school classroom where I teach. It has become overrun with rubber ducks. I do not drive a Jeep. And it's become a thing, as they say, to duck your Jeep, to put these little rubber ducks along the dashboard of your Jeep. I don't own a Jeep. I drive a Ford Mustang. But a few years ago, a couple of my girls, they were big into rubber ducks, and they brought in a couple of rubber ducks to the class. That was cool. So we had a couple of rubber ducks. And that was at the end of the year. The following fall, the duck thing just took over. And students started bringing in rubber ducks. And parents started sending me rubber ducks. And I've had colleagues give me rubber ducks. And we've got yellow rubber ducks and pink and blue and black and red and green. And we've got rubber ducks that look like astronauts and rubber ducks that look like a Roman soldier and rubber ducks that look like Santa Claus. And it goes on and on and on. And we've got teeny tiny little ducks that are like little one-stud Lego ducks. And we've got one gigantic blow-up rubber duck. And as I always tell people, rubber ducks really have nothing to do with ancient Rome. Certainly ancient Rome knew about ducks. They had a word for duck, anos. But there's no real connection. It's just one of those fun, crazy things that you get in a high school classroom. So, because of the rubber ducks, my friend Scott, who is also a colleague of mine, got me a rubber duck, really for the classroom, for my birthday. And it is, here he comes, it is Gandalf the Grey. There he is from the back, and I'm going to slowly turn him around, because if you know anything about Gandalf, you're going to see the coolest feature and why I'm introducing this on this channel. Gandalf is smoking a pipe. Look at that. Here we go, Gandalf. We'll smoke a pipe together. How about that? Gandalf the Grey as a duck smoking a pipe. All right, folks, this is too crazy cool. Let me get this guy lit again, and let's talk about this cool item here. I want to come back to a topic that we have touched on before on this channel. and that is pipe stuff out in the world, okay? Maybe advertising, maybe movies, TV, products, whatever. I'm not talking about lighters and pipes and pipe rolls, and I'm not actually talking about the real equipment of pipes, but pipes that you see elsewhere, such as in movies or in rubber ducks made to look like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. So first of all, I'm going to ask you one of the questions right now, even before we get to the end of the video. What do you think of the Gandalf duck, or some of my students called him Ganduck? What do you think of Ganduck here? Gandalf, the duck, and his pipe. I better know what you think about this. I better know. You better think that this is the coolest thing you've ever seen. Give a few more looks at the Gandalf duck here. I don't know. Does he need to smoke this pipe here too? Oh, maybe he does. Oh, there we go, Gandalf duck. Okay. All right, now Steve's getting a little ridiculous. So talk to us a little bit. Like I said, I think we've touched on this topic before, but talk to us a little bit about cool pipe stuff that you have either come across, you've seen it, somebody you know owns it, or you own it. What's some cool pipe stuff? Obviously, a Lord of the Rings duck, here he comes, with a pipe. That does some fun stuff right there, right? What else do you know? What else do you have? Products and so forth. Would love to hear from you on that. And if you're able to show a picture or share a video or something of some of your other cool pipe, again, stuff. I don't know what else you call it. You can't really call it pipe paraphernalia because to me that's, you know, your lighters and tampers and such. So I don't know what you call that. So cool pipe stuff. Now, I know there are some Hobbit-related or Hobbit-themed pipes over from Missouri Meerschaum. Does anybody, so next question is anybody enough into Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Tolkien, that you have any, really, we'll say Tolkien-inspired pipes? Or pipes that somehow connect with any of the Middle-earth lore. Do you have anything like that? Please share those. There's some really cool stuff over there at Missouri Meerschaum. I don't have any of those. And as I say, for some reason we kind of associate church warden a little bit with that, and I do not have a church warden at present, so maybe that'll be something I get at some point. The next one, and again, I'm pretty sure we have touched on this, but hey, I'd like to revisit it if you don't mind. What fictional characters from books, poems, movies, television, or song, plays, operas, whatever, do you know who smoke pipes? You know, we think of Sherlock Holmes. Sometime back I mentioned or showed you I've got a Sherlock Holmes bookmark. He's smoking his pipe. Of course, Peterson has the Sherlock Holmes line. I've got the professor from the Sherlock Holmes line. Lee Van Cleef in a couple of the Man with No Name movies, the Clint Eastwood, Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. In two of those movies, Lee Van Cleef is smoking a cool pipe. We think about, although he's historic, he's not fictional, we think about Devil Anse Hatfield from the Hatfields and McCoys and the Devil Anse style pipe. But specifically, let's talk fiction. So what fictional characters do you know who smoke pipes? Most of all, though, I got to bring this guy back out again. This is just so cool. What do you think of the Gandalf duck with his pipe? Folks, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, as Malcolm Guite likes to say, I do these little things in order at last to do nothing. Or as I like to say in Latin, Parva ago ut tandem, nihil agam. Have a wonderful day.